Welcome back to Right Now Trending TV. Before we get started, I'd like to thank you all for reaching 300 subscribers. We are now growing more and more each day, and I kindly ask you to please subscribe again today to the channel and click the notification bell for more videos. Again, thank you everybody who's already subscribed to the channel. Andy Cohen slams Louis. Is this the darkest drama yet? We don't know, but we're about to find out. Alrighty, Housewives fans, grab your tea because we've got some piping hot drama to dissect. If you thought the Real Housewives of New Jersey couldn't get any more explosive, think again. Andy Cohen himself has entered the chat, and he's not holding back on his feelings about Louis. Yes, you heard that right. Bravo's head honcho has officially slammed Teresa's husband for his recent antics. And let's just say it's not pretty. So, what exactly did Louis say to earn Andy's wrath? It all started with a comment Louis made about Margaret Joseph's son. And boy, was it a doozy. Louis didn't just cross the line, he bulldozed right over it. He made a shockingly negative comment about Margaret's son that left everyone, including Andy, completely in awe. Can you imagine the nerve talking about someone's child like that? What was going through his mind? Now, I've got to say that I think Andy and the Bravo execs really don't like Louis. I think they know that he is an F-up. However, he's still good for television because he keeps us talking. A lot of the conversation this season has been around him and his terrible mouth. Again, he speaks before he thinks. He just doesn't think at all about what's coming out of his trap. And then you got Teresa co-signing this bad behavior while everybody is looking, but behind the scenes, she's probably getting on to him because she's got to feel some type of way. There's no way you can tell me this woman enjoys seeing her husband make all these mistakes in front of everybody. Every week, she's probably on pins and needles every time he opens up his trap. Let's break this down. In the world of reality TV, we expect a certain level of drama, feuds, catfights, maybe even a table flip or two. But bringing someone's child into the mix, that's a whole new level of low. And it's clear Andy agrees. In fact, he called Louis's comment the darkest moment of the entire season finale. Wow. And honestly, it's hard to argue with that. But here's the question. Should Bravo have done more to address this right when it happened? I think so. Or they could have opted to not show the scene. However, they're always aiming for ratings. So the ratings definitely surpassed a reasonable response to what he did. They should not have shown that scene. And they should have reprimanded him and Teresa behind the scenes. My God. Should Louis have faced more immediate consequences for such a vile statement? You've gotten my answer. Yes, he should have. Somebody should have, sat him down and told him this is unacceptable behavior. And he should have, if they had shown the scene, they should have also shown where he apologized immediately. Now let's talk about Margaret Josephs. Now, as you may expect, she did not take this lightly. She was horrified by Louis's words and felt utterly betrayed by the silence of her supposed friend, Jackie. Jackie has proven to be pathetic this year. We all know that. And I thought I'd never say that about her because I really like Jackie, especially when she first came onto the scene. She was not afraid of anybody. She gave it right back. If you gave it to her, she gave it right back to you. She put Teresa in her place early on in her tenure with this franchise. But now she's pathetic. I mean, I just thought I would never say that about Jackie. She just seems to be neurotic at this point. And can you blame Margaret for being mad with her? I don't. If your friend just stood there while someone dragged your child into their mess, wouldn't you be furious too? Margaret even went so far as to call Jackie's silence disgraceful. And let's be real. Jackie's been in this game long enough to know that silence can speak volumes. But here is where it gets even juicier. Margaret isn't just upset with Jackie, she's also questioning Teresa's lack of support. Now, we all know Teresa and Margaret have had their issues, but could Teresa's icy reaction be because of her long-standing disdain for Margaret? I think so. And if so, what does that say about Teresa's priorities? Teresa's always going to protect her family. And that's just it. She's proven that time and time again. Now, she chastised him behind the scenes, thus the apology letter that came out, right after the reunion. But in front of everybody, especially in front of Margaret, of course she's not going to reprimand that man. She is like, okay, I'll get him later, but not in front of her because her disdain for Margaret is palpable. Does loyalty go out of the window when you're dealing with someone you've got beef with? What do you think about all of this? Is Teresa justified in not sticking up for Margaret? Or is this just another example of her picking the wrong battles? She's always picking the wrong battles, in my opinion. Now let's get back to Andy Cohen. When he called out Louis, he didn't just stop at the comment itself. Oh no. Andy took it a step further and hinted that this might be one of the reasons the Real Housewives of New Jersey season 14 reunion might not happen. That's right. Andy Cohen thinks the issues in this group might be unfixable. And honestly, after hearing what Louis said, can you blame him? Reunions are supposed to be about hashing out the drama and maybe, just maybe, finding some resolution. But if the drama has gotten so toxic that even Andy Cohen thinks it's beyond repair, what does that mean for the future of the show? Are we looking at the beginning of the end of New Jersey? And here's a thought. How much responsibility does Bravo bear in all of this? Should the network be doing more to set boundaries and protect the cast members, their families, from this kind of nastiness? Or is this just the nature of the reality TV beast? Finally, let's talk about Teresa and Louis. After all this backlash, Louis did issue an apology for his behavior towards Margaret's son. But how sincere was it? Now, this is where I come in to say that that apology was not sincere to me, because he was still blaming Margaret for so-called starting the argument. So I think he kind of almost felt justified that he could say something like that because she supposedly had started it. This man is absolutely pathetic. He expressed his disappointment in himself and regret for bringing Margaret's son into it, but there's still a lot of doubt swirling around. Did he genuinely mean it, or was this just damage control to save face? And that's exactly what I think. And where does this leave Teresa? She's been standing by Louis through thick and thin, but at what cost? Is she risking her friendships, her reputation, and even her spot on the show to support a man who's making headlines for all the wrong reasons? So what do you think? Is Louis beyond redemption? Or does everyone deserve a second chance? Should Teresa finally take a stand, or is she just too far gone in her loyalty to see the truth? And most importantly, what's next for our favorite New Jersey housewives? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button if you're as hooked on this drama as I am. Until next time, keep those opinions coming and stay tuned for more tea. Ciao.